going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we just got some crazy news, some controversial news, but some good news, some bad news, tons of news today at Warcraft Direct. So in this video, I'm going to be focusing on all of the classic World of Warcraft news. That includes Season of Discovery, Era, Hardcore, all of that good stuff. We're not going to get into retail or Hearthstone or Warcraft Rumble, any of that good stuff. This video is only for World of Warcraft classic news. So sit back, grab a drink, because you're going to need it. Okay, so today was Warcraft Direct, and after about 20 minutes of seeing stuff about Hearthstone, Warcraft Rumble, the whole 9 yards, we got into Classic, right? And the first question on everyone's mind was, are we going to be getting anything new in Season of Discovery in the future? We got a very short segment on Season of Discovery, right? Where pretty much the only things they showed that were new were the Scarlet Crusade instance and the Adventures in Deadwind Pass instance, right? So Karazhan Crypts, or whatever it's going to actually be, and the Scarlet Raid that we all thought we were getting are actually just going to be dungeons. They are not going to be massive raids. Now, this has resulted in a lot of backlash from the community, so much so that on Twitter, the devs tweeted that there's future stuff to come for Season of Discovery. They have no plans of shutting it down just yet. So if you are someone who is still in love with Season of Discovery and doesn't want to stop playing it, don't worry, because they've got some future plans for you, which is good to hear. But the even bigger news, the news that everyone kind of knew was coming, but that got the most amount of hype, was that we're getting a fresh vanilla realm and a fresh hardcore realm on November 21st. That is next week. That's next Thursday or Wednesday. I think it's Thursday. Let's check. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Thursday of next week. So vanilla fresh and hardcore fresh launching together alongside of each other. And the vanilla fresh is obviously going to have the chrono boon, we've heard. It's going to have like the LFG bulletin board style tool, not the dungeon finder. It's going to have like the looking for group tool. And what else did it have? It's gonna progress as like the original phases, just as a faster cadence, right? So that's gonna be a thing. So that roadmap that we were all looking at yesterday was pretty accurate. And then by the end of vanilla, which is gonna be about a 12-month cycle, so next year around this time, it's going to progress back into, you guessed it, the Burning Crusade, right? So myself and everyone else who's been saying we were going to get classic progression realms, vanilla TBC, Wrath of the Lich King on repeat, we were right. That's exactly what we got. We're going to be doing a fresh vanilla again into Burning Crusade, most likely back into Wrath. They didn't mention Wrath, but we saw Burning Crusade on the roadmap. And obviously, if we're going to Burning Crusade, we know exactly how this goes. We're going back into Wrath as well. And the way that the servers are going to work for this is basically there's going to be one server type in the fresh, right? There's going to be one server for each type. Sorry, I misphrased that. Basically, we're going to have like a PvE server, a PvP server, and then a hardcore server. No RP PvP. So you're not going to have to worry about being on like a dead realm or anything like that. If you want to be on the PvP realm, pick the PvP realm. If you want to be on the PvE realm, pick the PvE realm. And obviously, if you want to play hardcore, you're going to be playing on that hardcore fresh realm. Now, just so everyone knows, there is a blue post that was written about this, and for Burning Crusade Classic especially, they say, we're particularly excited to reveal that the normal PvE and PvP fresh anniversary realms will progress to Burning Crusade Classic after we progress through the Classic era content phases. This will be our first visit back to the start of this beloved expansion since its launch in 2021. Our hardcore anniversary realms will not progress to the Burning Crusade Classic. Hardcore has always been focused on the Classic 1 to 60 journey, made truly viable and approachable thanks to Classic's original mechanics and difficulty. Burning Crusade brings with it a level of challenge and randomness that we feel doesn't fit Hardcore, and I kind of really do agree with this. I just don't think that Hardcore would fit Burning Crusade. So for Hardcore, also, there's some pretty big news. For the first time ever, new Anniversary Hardcore realms will progress through the Classic era phases of content. This means that when the Molten Core unlocks on the new normal and PvP realms, it will unlock on the new hardcore realms at the same time. We look forward to seeing how players prepare to take on this content as it unlocks with each phase. So we're going to be getting those normal phases, right? Molten Core, Blackwing Lair, AQ, Nax, all of that is going to come out alongside the regular Fresh Realms on Hardcore. So on day one of Hardcore, everything is not going to be in the game, which I think is a pretty good change. I think the progression is nice. I feel like it's awesome. And most likely they had to tie it together in some way to make it semi-automated to make this a lot easier. But, you know, I really don't think it's a bad idea, right? So a couple of more things. We have some user interface and looking for group changes. In WoW Classic, players have often used a variety of out-of-game tools and methods to group with others. Given the limited number of anniversary realms per region, we expect all realms to have high populations. Although we applaud players' ingenuity to create tools outside the game to ease social connections, we recognize that not having similar functionality in the game itself has been a missed opportunity. To support group play, we're introducing a Looking for Group tool, the LFG tool, which will allow players to create, join, and browse parties manually. We're also adding a services chat channel that players can enable, specifically for advertising services such as portals, summons, and tribute buffs. All such advertising must be posted in the services channel, and player chat of these kinds placed elsewhere are subject to player reports and actions taken by Blizzard. So those are some nice quality of life changes right there. You're getting the LFG tool, so you're not going to have to use the bulletin board add-on to look for groups, and you're getting a services chat channel for portals, summons, and like Dire Maul tribute runs, tribute buff selling, all that kind of stuff. So I think that's really good as well. And then on top of that, this is the pretty controversial part. GDKPs will be banned in Fresh WoW Classic and Hardcore servers. Now here is where I start to feel like we went a little bit sideways. I do not think this is good for any version of Classic Vanilla TBC through Wrath. Banning GDKPs just means that people stay logged out for longer and have less reason to play alts. We saw how it worked in Season of Discovery. It did not stop people from buying mass amounts of gold, and all it did was take away the fun of running your alts through GDKPs for people who do enjoy it. Out of the game. It's just completely gone, and there's really no reason to have it out. It didn't stop people from buying gold. Really, there's no reason, in my opinion, why it shouldn't just be in the game. It gives people a reason to play multiple characters. It gives people something to do when they're bored and they're full bis, but there's a month left until the next phase. You know, you run a few GDKPs to make some money. Like, it is a fun aspect of the game, and I'm really not sure why they're taking it out. I don't think it worked in Season of Discovery, and I've ran so many polls, and most people want it in the game. People say that it encourages RMT and gold buying. People are buying gold regardless. It doesn't matter if GDKPs are in the game or not. If people are buying gold regardless, keep GDKPs in the game so that normal players can hop into GDKPs once they're geared and farm gold like that, legitimately, right? That's their way of maybe farming gold. I don't agree with this. But I guess, I don't know, maybe if they get enough backlash, they'll rethink this decision. I think this was a pretty dumb decision, in my opinion, for a vanilla Fresh to take out GDKPs. GDKPs are the only reason that Era has any raiding population whatsoever, if you really think about it, right? So I don't think that was a good decision, but let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below. And then last but not least, of course, we got Mists of Pandaria. Classic was announced. It's coming in the spring of 2025, so that's going to be interesting. And you know what, we could pull up the roadmap here so everyone can see here. So for the roadmap, down here, this blue section, this is Season of Discovery. As you can see, Phase 5, Blackwing Lair, Zul'Gurub, Simplified Rune Discovery. Phase 6, which is what we're about to get, AQ, Gates of Anchorage, AQ, and Nightmare Grove raids. Phase 7 is coming right before the spring. We're going to get Nax and just new endgame content, whatever the hell that means. Mists of Pandaria is coming in the spring of next year. For the anniversary realms right here, the launch is next week, November 21st. Phase 1 is going to be about 3 or 4 weeks after that, Molten Core and Onyxia. Phase 2 is the honor system and ranking and world bosses, Warsong Gulch and Alterac Valley. Blackwing Lairs coming in the spring of next year in the Darkmoon Fair. Zul'Gurub, Arathi Basin come in the summer of next year. Gates of Anchorage, the AQ effort starts in the fall. And then in the end of the fall, we're in Nax Rammus. And then for the winter of next year, pretty much, I would say around December, we're heading into the Burning Crusade Classic again. So there's a little roadmap. The roadmap that was leaked last night was actually accurate, and I'm very, very surprised about that. So that's pretty much it for Classic WoW. We did get some other cool stuff like Warcraft Rumble is coming to PC, the 2.0 patch for Warcraft 3, which I'm kind of excited about. I really was bummed about that on launch. I'm kind of excited that they fixed everything. I want to give that a shot. I'm probably going to be playing that until Fresh starts next week anyway. But let me know what you guys think about all this stuff down in the comments below. I'm really curious to know how everyone feels about all this stuff. There's a lot of mixed feelings from a lot of people. And like really at the end of the day, we have so many versions of this game to play. So I understand why people are like a little upset and stuff like that. But really at this point, whatever version you want to play, it exists, right? So go ahead and play that. And Plunderstorm is coming back, I think at the beginning of next year in retail as well. So that should be a lot of fun. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. How did you like Warcraft Direct today? I'm really curious. Subscribe to the channel. Jump over to my Twitch, twitch.tv/hammerdance. There's a link in the description below. We're going to be playing in OnlyFangs on hardcore on launch. We're going to see how far we could take this thing. I'm not a Horde player, so it's going to be really rough for me to get to 60. But we'll be streaming the entire thing every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night over on Twitch. So go give me a follow on there. And subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching and listening in. See you all in the next one.